Alright guys, what's going on? My name is Christian and welcome to another video. Before I get started, as always, let's go for let's just hit 250 likes, okay? I set it at 200 the last time, so let's go for 250, and if we can hit that, oh my God, that would just tickle my balls in just the right way, boys. So let's get 250. And I also heard, now this is not from my mouth, this is from someone else's coming through my mouth now. I heard that if you hit the like button on this video, a Victoria's Secret model will come into your room, stick her finger in your butthole, and then leave. That's what I heard. I don't know for sure. If you don't believe me, try it. Just try it. So today's story happened, I want to say, about a year ago, and on this particular occasion, I was hanging out with my friend. Let's go with George. So me and George were hanging out for the day. I had told my mom, hey, I'm going to go hang out with George. I should be home later, and she's like, okay, that's fine. So me and George went to the park. We kind of practiced soccer and everything because we were on the soccer team together, and I want to say this was over maybe the summer. I couldn't tell you exactly when it was. But yeah, so we just kind of played soccer, and then after that, we went to, I believe, get something to eat. I'm pretty sure we just got lunch in town, and then after that, he was like, yo, do you want to come to my house? And I was like, sure, dude. He was like, do you want to spend the night? And I was like, yeah, for sure. After we go to lunch, we go to his house, and basically at this kid's house, what we would do is we would kind of just play games in the basement, right? We'd play whatever he had. I think he had an Xbox One, so we were kind of just playing Call of Duty, whichever Call of Duty was out at the time. And that night we actually ended up watching The Lord of the Rings on this giant projector he had down there, and this kid had a popcorn machine and an 8-ball table and a foosball table. This is one of those kids that was totally hooked up, but he was a really good friend of mine, so it wasn't I was over there for that. I was just over there because I enjoyed hanging out with him and everything, and we just had a really good time. It was a lot of fun. He had this really big ass dog that whenever she would lick your ear, she would start humping the ground and stuff, which that was kind of weird, but in the way I found out actually was he had me lay on the ground and he was like, let her lick your ear, and I was like, okay. And then the dog starts licking my ear and just humping me, and I'm like, all right, that's enough, we're done here. Other than his horny ass dog, it was a really good night, and we kind of, I want to say probably at about 4 a.m. We went upstairs and we made smoothies and stuff, and I don't know, it was just crazy. His mom was asleep and she had work in the morning, so she didn't really care, and we just had fun. I don't know why I'm going into this so much because this isn't even the big part of the story, but we had fun. So anyway, we ended up probably getting to sleep, I want to say around 6 or 7 in the morning. It was right about when the sun was coming up, and we just passed out, dude. We were dead after that night because we just had we had a ton of fun, and we just I don't know, we were passed out. I don't know how long it was later. I still don't know to this day. But I just remember his mom coming in and is like, you guys need to wake up right now. Wake up right now. And we're like, what's going on? And she's like, there's an officer at the door to see you, Christian. And I'm like, what's going on? And so I go to the door and he's like, are you Christian Trost? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, your mom's worried sick about you. And I'm like, oh shit. Right then I was like, oh my God, I forgot to call my mom. And so my mom thinks we got hijacked, and she didn't know my friend George's home phone number, and we did not have service. This kid lived in bumfuck nowhere, and we had no service. And so she had tried to call and everything, call me, and then after a while she just called the cops because apparently she just thought I was missing. And so the cop asked, he's like, are you here against your will? Do you want to be here right now? And I was like, yeah, I meant to be here. I totally forgot to call my mom. And he was like, all right, well, you're gonna have to come with me. I'm gonna take you back to your house and we're gonna close up the report and everything. And I was just like, yo, George and his mom, I was like, I'm so sorry, guys. I had no idea this was gonna happen. And then when I finally, the cop takes me back to my house, right? And my mom and dad are just sitting there. My dad took the day off of work. My brother was freaking out. Apparently they put posts all over Facebook looking for me. And I'm surprised no one ended up calling like George's mom or anything. You know, I guess I don't know how that would happen, but I don't know. It was just totally crazy. And like my whole family called and like we're so happy to hear from me. And I don't know, like that was just the craziest thing that's like probably ever happened to me at, you know, staying the night at our friend's house. And let me just mention, my mom is just super crazy and like protective and everything. And like if I don't call her or something like an hour before I want to do something, it's like definitely a no. And I don't know, she's just this super bubble parent. She's not bad now, but she really used to be bad. And so yeah, that's probably why she was freaking out. And I don't know, like if I think about it, if I was in her position, didn't hear from my kid all day, he was gone overnight and I couldn't contact, I probably would have called the cops too. So I totally understand where she's coming from. And I didn't really go to a friend's house for like 2 months after that, just because she was super paranoid and everything. But it ended up being fine and all is good now. Anyway, if you totally enjoyed this story, which I know you totally did, smack that like button, leave a comment in the comment section below. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. My name's Christian. You are awesome, and I will see you tomorrow.